Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new unit in depth. Keep talking about the Sisters of Battle Codex, and this time I want to talk about the Canoness. Canoness is one of the HQs for the Sisters of Battle. The profile is weapon skill 5, ballistic skill 5, strength and toughness and wounds 3, initiative 4, 3 attacks, leadership 10, and 3 plus armor save. It's costing 65 points. And then can have power armor, bolt pistol, chainsaw, frag grenades, crack grenades. Have the special rule of Act of Faith as all the Sisters of Battle. She's independent character. Have the martyrdom, like the Celestine, and Shield of Faith, and Stubborn. The Act of Faith is the passion that is giving hatred in close combat. And the options, he can replace the ball pistol for a ball gun for free, can take a Rosarius, can take Melta Bombs, and can take items from melee, range, and Ecclesiarchy. So this lady for me, it's filled to go into close combat. Okay, uh, she has all his skills dedicated to close combat. The problem we have with her is that she has Strength 3 and Toughness 3. So we need a way to boost at least one of these two abilities. So if we see, first of all, I think that if you fill her, there are 2 points. Or you don't put any equipment to her, it's just to put the mandatory HQ. If you do that, there are other options that are cheaper in the codex than the Canoness. For example, especially if I go down here, you will find like the Ministerium Priest is much cheaper, 25 points if you want a very cheap HQ. But if you want to be fluffy and you still want to use the Canoness, here you have the option 65 points and don't put any equipment. If you want to equip her for the close combat, I think it's worth to take the Rosarius, and she will need a unit to protect herself. So you need to put her in a close combat unit. There are the different options. If you are not using allies, I will recommend to use the Repentia if it's possible, or to use the group of assassins and how it's called this, the Ecclesiarchy Battle Conclaves. Okay, but you need a minister and press to do that, so this is not as easy to do. So normally I will say Canoness. I always feel if I feel her or I put her in a very cheap in a Sisters of Battle unit, or you use the Repentia unit to put her into close combat. If you play with allies, then use a close combat of your allies, especially if your allies with Space Marines or with Grey Knights. Put her in one of the units of close combat because, to be fair, the only real strong unit in close combat from the Sisters of Battle are the Henchmen Conclave or the Repentia. All the other units, although they have some abilities for close combat, they are not strong enough and decisive enough in close combat. So yeah, I will say put her if you want into Repentia if you feel her. You will see that Celestine is doing sometimes better the job if you want to go into close combat, but let's focus on Canoness. So the Canoness, 65 points if you want to keep her in close combat, normally put her the Rosarius. This is putting her in 80 points. You want to put Melta Bombs is 85 points. And then as a ranged weapons, I normally use the one that you see in the picture. I normally use the Inferno Pistol. You can have Inferno Pistol or you can have the Plasma Pistol. Remember, we are at 85 points. If you take the Inferno pistol, then she goes to plus 15 points. So it goes to 100 points without taking into account the blade. The same if you want to plasma pistol. I like more Inferno pistol. I find this pistol more versatile and give you an extra punch and a surprise to enemy. If there is a vehicle very close to you, you can start with the Inferno pistol and finish the war with the Melta bomb. The other equipment that we have is the Ecclesiar Key Relics. And here we have one choice. We can take a power weapon for 15 points, and then you are in 115 points. And here I have the sword, but I will recommend, if it's possible, to use the axe. If you put her in within another unit, use the unit to protect her and to be able to use the axe at the end at initiative 1. She has initiative 4, so she's not losing too much. She's lower in initiative than most of the close combat units, so you can use her with a sword, I with an axe. I know that normally there are not there is not a miniature with axe, but this is one of the options. The other option, because you need something that is boosting her strength. The sword, I think, attacks of strength 3, AP 3 with the sword is not good enough. This is my point of view. Or you use an axe that is plus 1 strength AP2, or you use the mole that is plus 2 strength, but then you have AP4. My preference is use her with the axe. Or if you want, and then we go into the Ecclesiar Key Relics. And here I will say that for me there are two Ecclesiar Key Relics that I like. One is the Blade of Admonition, that is plus 2 strength AP3. So the advantage is that you are not losing your initiative, but you are losing AP. So I'm not sure if it's better to use the axe. And the point is 30 points is a lot, so you go to 130 points. No, this lady is costing almost the same as the Saint Celestine. So I think axe is better choice. Normally I use the Blade of Admonition because as you see my miniature have a sword, so I don't want to use I don't I like to use, as you see, this way I don't like to use proxies or something like that, so this way I use normally the Blade of Admonition. But if you want to convert your Canoness, put axe, and I think it's even better than the Blade of Admonition. The other one is the Mantle of Ophelia. And here it goes costly, because if you are taking the axe and the mantle of Ophelia, you go to 140 points. So no, it's more expensive, this lady, than the Saint Celestine. The mantle of Ophelia is giving her Eternal Warrior, and this is a little bit, this is the help to avoid to be instant dead. Especially if you have toughness 3. With toughness 3, most of the weapons will instant kill you. A lot of weapons. There are too many weapons of strength 6 or higher are on the battlefield. So the Mantle of Ophelia, if you are not using the Blade of Ammunition, and here is the problem, you only can take one relic per so a model can take one of the following relics. So you cannot take more than one relic on your Canoness. So or you take the Blade of Ammunition or you take the Mantle of Ophelia. I think the other ones are nice but not super strong. The Cloak of Santa Spira, I don't think it's worth it to repeat armor saves. And then there is the Litanies of Faith that makes you pass automatically all acts of faith and hymns. This is good if you are thinking to put her into unit where you have also a priest, another one. So this is if you don't want to take the Mantle of Ophelia, also the Litanies of Faith can be useful. I see more the Litanies of Faith maybe to be put on a priest. Okay, if you are fielding a priest. So how I see her more having a close. If you want her as a close combat lady, I will say Mantle of Ophelia to give Eternal Warrior, the Rosarius, and the Power Axe. This will make her quite resilient and put her inside of another unit. She is only toughness 3. Even with the Mantle of Ophelia, it's going to be easy to kill, and you have armor 3. So put her inside of another unit to avoid that can be shoot down easily, or can be or can be target easily. And then use the imps, put her in a unit that have close combat abilities, to use the hatred to give a very nice boost in the first turn that you sold. Now let's see here the build one of the options. We have this lady. Uh, you can save the 15 points if you want of the Inferno Pistol, so you put her with the Power Axe, Rosarios, and Mantle of Ophelia. So it's and I will put the Melta Bomb just in case. So it's uh, 85 points with the Equipment plus 15 points is 100 points plus the Mantle of Ophelia. I think was 25 points, 125 points. You save the Inferno Pistol, for example. And then you put her in a Repentia unit. So the Repentia can use the Act of Faith to have Feel No Pain 3 plus in the first turn they assault, plus uh, she she can give hatred to the unit. So this will make this unit quite strong in the first turn of close combat and can be quite a big threat for the enemy. I will always use the close combat units of the Sisters of Battle as a counter charge or to protect your assets. For example, this can be a good way to protect your Exorcist tanks if you see that the enemy is getting too close to your battle line. So yeah, this is some of the build-ups. I think it's not the strongest, but with Power Axe, Mantle of Ophelia, putting her in a close combat unit, and the Rosarius, she can be quite a tough call for the enemy. Especially if we can compensate, so we compensate his strength 3 by the axe, and then we will have a strength 4. It's not awesome. I think she also can. I don't know if she can take Eviscerator. This can be the other option. But the Eviscerator have, yeah, you also can use her with Eviscerator instead of Axe. If you put her in Eviscerator, yeah, maybe it's 30 points. It's quite expensive. You go to 130 points, but then with the Mantle of Ophelia, if you put her Eviscerator, you need the Mantle of Ophelia to give Eternal Warrior, because the Rosarius is just 4 plus invulnerable save, so you want to be sure that if you fail one of these critical saves, uh, you're still alive. So here is another build up. Put her into a Repentia unit. She will have a Eviscerator like the rest of the unit. Mantle of Ophelia to give Eternal Warrior. And then, yeah, avoid any shooting. Save points. You don't need any the Melta Bombs neither. You only need the Rosarius, the Mantle of Ophelia, and the Eviscerator. This is another build up. Very interesting too. And then in close combat it will combine very well with the other Eviscerators. She will give hatred, so you can repeat the first turn, the misses in the first round of close combat. And on top of that, the unit can use the ability himself. So these are some build ups, and if you want to go very cheap, don't put any equipment, or maybe just the pistol and put her inside of a unit of Sisters of Battle. Just if you only want the command skills, if you want Inferno Pistol and no more equipment inside of a unit of Sisters of Battle. So this is how the most efficient way to fill her. Uh, and also it will depend a lot how your miniature is represented. So that's all what I want to share in this talk about the Canoness. So you see it's not useless. I think have some opportunities. I think most of the time she's overlooked because we have Saint Celestine that for 135 points give a lot of flexibility to the army. But I think she's still a valid choice for your army. So please, and I hope you liked this video. Comment below, did you feel the Canoness? Yes, no, why? And that's all. So thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.